Morning, everyone, and welcome to this week's Weekly Live. Thank you for coming to this week's Weekly Live. Come on in. If you are joining me live, please do say hello and let me know where you're coming in from. I'm thrilled that you are here with me. And for those of you that are joining just for the first time, I'm Lisa DeToffol, and I'm the founder of Relationship Communications. It's my online community where I work with established and aspiring entrepreneurs. And today I'm going to be your host for the Relationship Communications Weekly Live, which is my weekly live stream show that airs every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So I do hope you will add that to your calendar and make plans to join every Friday morning at 10 a.m. And my goal here is to share tactical and practical information to help you get to where you want to go faster than you can go on your own. I've been an entrepreneur for 7 years, and I've made many mistakes. And I'm here to tell you I can help you move through them more quickly by sharing what I've learned through my experiences. Let me know again if you're joining me live, and let me know where you're coming in from. And we are streaming in various different places. So if you are joining us on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button or ring that bell so that you can be notified every time that we do go live. So today we're going to be talking about what to do when you're overwhelmed in your business. A lot of us get overwhelmed sometimes, right? I know I do. Just to share a little tidbit, I went to a virtual assistant conference last weekend, and oh my goodness, was there a lot of great information shared. There was some great speakers that spoke, and they taught us some wonderful new things. And so that was a little bit overwhelming just because I was trying to absorb and take all that in all at one time. However, since the conference is done and I have been back home now, I've tried to take some downtime and rest, of course, and look back through my notes and just kind of think about it individually, like what each individual speaker spoke about, and see how that applies to me and my business, or how I can implement some of those things they shared into my business. So I highly advise that if you do ever get the opportunity to attend a conference, a training, a workshop, whatever it is in your specific industry, by all means do so. You never know what kind of takeaways or breakthroughs or ahas that you're going to get by attending and learning those new things that are going to be presented at that specific event. So I highly encourage you. You know, we're lifelong learners, right? So I never try to miss an opportunity. Now, I can't make every single opportunity, of course, to learn new things, but I do try to make my best effort to take the opportunities that are presented to me to learn new things. So today's topic, again, is what to do when you get overwhelmed. So, but before we dive in, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. Now, when I was a preschool teacher back in 2017, and 25 years prior to that, I had dreamed of working from home. But I had been through 2 messy divorces and been a single mom twice. And it didn't seem possible at that time. I was the breadwinner of my household and frankly, a little scared to take that chance and go out and try to do anything on my own. Then I met my husband, Jeff, in 2012, and that's when I could see the possibility of my dream coming true. And with his support, of course, is when I actually moved forward and started pursuing and trying to make my dream come true. However, it was not an easy task by any means. So with his support and others' support, I started a training program to learn how to be a virtual assistant in 2018, which showed me also how to start my own business. And by the end of that program, I had a couple of clients and have continued to grow my business. And now also the Tiger Eye Solution team, which was established in 2021, every single year. So my life looks a little bit different now than it did back then, of course. This is my husband, Jeff, my children, Caleb, Matthew, and Alyssa, and my grandchildren, John Price, Hattie Joe, and Anakin. So they definitely keep me busy and keep me on my toes, for sure. Okay, so we're going to dive into what to do when you're overwhelmed. When you're a business owner, it's really easy to get overwhelmed. Think about all the different ways that information is coming at you via emails, phone calls, text messages, and it also can be coming at you through project management software, if that's something you use in your business. And sometimes we feel, like we're drinking from a water hose or a fire hose for that matter. So it's important to have a good strategy when we face being overwhelmed, because it would be almost impossible to avoid them. You're going to be overwhelmed from time to time, right? It's just part of being a business owner, right? So here's what I want you to do when you get overwhelmed. The first thing is quiet the noise. You would be so surprised how something just as simple as turning off the radio, closing the door, just quieting the sound that's around you so that you can think, focus on whatever it is you're doing at that specific moment. So that's the first step, okay? Then your desk. Remove all the clutter from your desk or your workspace. If you don't have a desk and you just have a specific workspace, that's fine. So whatever your workspace is, excuse me, whether it's a desk or whether it's a table or whatever it is, I want you to take everything off your desk that you don't need at that specific time. You can go through all of it later when you're not overwhelmed, but put it all aside. So again, so now you have space to hear and you have fewer distractions right in front of you, right? Now you want to minimize distractions, the ones you can control, okay? Some distractions you can't control, but some of them you can. For example, it would be a good time to turn off LinkedIn notifications, Facebook notifications, maybe turn the buzzer off or ringer off on your phone, on your emails, turn your phone over and put your phone on silent, right? So that you're not consistently getting bombarded with things. So just try to really, quiet everything down so that you are 100% present and focused on the task at hand, whatever that is, right? Then what you want to do is prioritize what you have to do, because probably what happens or why you're overwhelmed is there's a lot to do. So look at your list, or if you don't have one, make a list of exactly what you need to do on that specific day. And then you prioritize it. What's the most important thing? Make that number one. And then go down your list. The most important comes first, the next important, and so forth, right? So look at your list and pick two things. Just two things, okay? And do them one at a time. A lot of us sometimes kind of create overwhelm for ourselves when we're trying to multitask. I'm as guilty as the next person. Promise. I have done that before. So by multitasking, your brain you can get overwhelmed because your brain's going from one thing to another, back and forth, and you can't keep up. And that can get overwhelming, right? So make your list, prioritize your list, what's most important, and so go down the line. And then you start with the two most important things. Number one and number two, that should be the two most important things that you need to complete or get done that specific day, okay? And when you're finished with the two things, then pick the next one, right? So make sure that you're only focusing one thing at a time and you know what you're going to do next. Okay, like I think I've used this example before, building a website. So if that's maybe one of your number one projects that you're working on currently, great. Now there's many different pieces, there's different pages, etc. to building a website, right? So maybe completing page 1 and 2 is on your list for today. Okay. So you go and you create whatever page 1 and 2, maybe the home page and the about page. Maybe that's the first 2 pages you're starting with, which is great. So you focus on whatever it is you want to be on the home page and whatever it is you want to be on the about page. That's your number 1 and your number 2. Then maybe you have other projects that you're doing as well for clients or customers. Maybe you can put 3 and 4 as a couple of items that you're doing for them, right? Whatever that looks like for you. So again, just do things one at a time. And then that helps you to know what you're going to be doing next when you complete that first one, right? And finally, sometimes when I'm overwhelmed, it's important to just take a break. I do this often. I call this doing a lap or taking a lap. When it's cold out, I take a lap in my house. When it's nice outside, I take a lap around my house outside. Maybe go in the backyard or just, do something to separate me from the feeling of being overwhelmed. In other words, walk away from my desk, walk out of my office, take myself away from whatever it is I'm doing at that moment that's making me overwhelmed. Okay. Once you can separate yourself from that feeling, because it's just a feeling, then you can get back to the work and get your work done. And I take at least 10 to 15 minute breaks, unless it's my lunch break time. Then, of course, I take 30 minutes. But I at least take at least 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, depending upon how long my work day is going to be. 10 to 15 minute breaks. And I walk away from my desk. I walk away from what I'm doing. I walk out of my office altogether and go do something else. Whatever it is I need to do around the house, or go take that walk. Whatever it is, whatever that looks like for you. Okay. If you're not a walker, that's perfectly fine. Maybe you have dirty dishes that need to be done, or you have laundry that you need to tend to. So take that 10 to 15 minutes, go tend to your laundry. But then when your 15 minutes is over, you're done with the laundry. You come back to your desk and you come back to whatever the task is or your next task that's on your list. Okay. If you have any questions about anything that I have shared today, please reach out. You can put it in the comments below this video. You can send me a private message, whatever works best for you. Be happy to have a conversation around that. And I also want to invite you to the Relationship Communications Facebook group. If you are not a part of the Relationship Communications Facebook group, I invite you to head over to Facebook, put Relationship Communications in the search bar, and join the group. It's a free group to be a part of. There's numerous, like 600, almost 600 people, I think, business people in this community. And you can start networking with them, get to know them. If you're already a part of the group and you're not active, I encourage you to start being active. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what it is you do. Interact with different posts and stuff that is put in the group. And also, if you're interested, Relationship Communications also has a VIP club that meets twice a month. It's kind of like a accountability type thing. If that's something you're interested in, you can come visit us twice for free. Just visit our meetings twice for free. We meet, like I said, twice a month. The first meeting of every month is a Q&A. Just, bring any type of business or professional questions you may have. And it's not just me answering your questions, it's everybody in the room that answer whatever questions that you may have. But so our first meeting is a Q&A session. Our second meeting, what happens later on in the month, is what I like to call a party. We come and celebrate all our wins, big or small, no matter what they are. We help each other celebrate those wins because that's part of growing your business and growing as an entrepreneur or business owner is celebrating every win that you have, no matter how big or how small that may be. It's been a while since I've attended an event like the conference that I attended last weekend. So that was a big win for me to actually be able to attend that conference and meet some of the people that I only see and talk to on in a Zoom room, actually get to meet them in person. So that was a real big deal. And I'll even take it one step further. You all know I have a team for Tiger Eye Solution, my business. One of my team members also came for that event. The event I'm speaking of was for virtual assistants, of course, and it actually took place here in my hometown of Spartanburg, South Carolina. So that was a big, big plus, which I really was thankful for. And one of my team members actually got to come to town for this event as well, and actually got to come to my house, and we got to spend some quality time together, which was a big, big bonus. So anytime you have the opportunity to do something of that nature, I highly encourage you to do it if possible, because I promise there's going to be so many benefits from you attending an event or a workshop or whatever it is. Okay. I highly encourage you to do that. So again, if you have questions, post them below. If you're not a part of our community, please come join us. It's free to be a part of. If you have questions about the VIP club and you want to discuss that, please let's jump on a call. Or if you haven't had a coffee chat with me and you'd like to schedule a coffee chat, we can do that as well. Hope everyone has a great weekend, and I will see you again soon.